Mark Yates then, pre-Hartlepool at home. Mark, after the weekend, you always talk about so often having a good week on the training field. What has this week been like on that training field?
Monday off, Tuesday fitness testing down at the university. Some good results, some bod pod testing with the test of body fats, and just a general see where we are from after pre-season, after 5 games. Training session in the afternoon. They were off yesterday, ready to be nice and bright and back to work today. We have a good day today, a nice light day tomorrow, and so be ready for a tough examination against a Hartlepool side who got a really good win on Saturday.
And you talk about those fitness tests at the university. How much do the players sort of come on from where they were in pre-season when you last did them?
Yeah, they have. Yeah. I mean, we got 1 or 2 colds and sniffles going around the place, but on the whole, 99% of them were a massive improvement, and that's what we want. Body fat's come down, and some players are in really good shape. A lot of players in really good shape, and fitness levels are up, and even the ones that haven't played, are not bad results. So, they're working really well.
And after the way in which not just the performance but the comeback on Saturday as well, it must just be like the perfect week that you want to work with the players.
Yeah. I mean, that was the plan all week. Always the plan to give them the bank holiday off on the Monday. So, whether we got beat 2-0 or 1-3-2 wouldn't have changed that, because they've worked extremely hard for a number of weeks now without much respite. So it was important to get a bit of recovery into them. And as I say, we worked hard Tuesday, and we'll work hard again today. We'll do what we need to do today to make sure that Hartlepool are touched, covered, and we know about them and what we're trying to do against them. So, there's a real good spirit in the camp at the minute. It's a good place to come into work anyway, but particularly right this moment in time.
Kobe Arthur, 2 goals from the bench. You said on Saturday he's pushed in from the start. Just how close is he?
Yeah, of course he is. I was at a game the other night with Lee Clark, and he's really pleased that the impact he's making, and he knows that a start is only around the corner. So when he needs to, when we need him, I'm sure he'll be ready to step up.
Hartlepool, as you said, got a good win over Wimbledon at the weekend. I mean, it's beginning to improve because they did have that little run of defeats, didn't they?
Yeah, it's early days, but they play decent football. They've got some really good players, a good mix of experience and youth, and we've got to make sure that we don't take them lightly. We've got to make sure that we treat every game the same, and so far the lads have done that, and that's been a big part of us getting as many points as we have in 4 games.
You talk about the experience, Marlon Harewood, the sort of player I'd imagine your centre halves would relish coming up against.
I don't know about that. He's a good player. We're going to have to deal with him. See the lad Luke James, he's back in training there. So, the other one, Charlie Wick, who scored as well on his debut. They've got people who can hurt you. They've got some good midfield players and some experienced defenders. So it's going to be a tough game, like they all are. And as long as we approach it properly, we give ourselves a chance. And as I said, so far we've approached every game in the right manner, and the test now is can we continue that.
How's the search to complete the squad going?
Yeah, we're getting there slowly. We think we might have found somebody, but we're waiting for an answer, and hopefully that'll be a positive one in the next 48 hours. And hopefully we can then just crack on with working with the group as we've been doing, and just embedding more ideas into them, and just more bits of tactical awareness, and just encourage the hard work that they're putting in. And if we keep doing that, then hopefully we can keep getting results.
And is that the striker rather than the keeper that you're looking for?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Well, the keeper is I'll move on for you. It's the reason you're asking me about Bobby Gould. His grandson Matthew, Jonathan's lad's been out in Australia and New Zealand playing, and been in with us for the last few days. Bobby's I think he's taxi from Bristol at the moment, so he's living with him, and we're having a look at him with a view to seeing what we can do. And he's trained really well with Stevie and with the players Tuesday, and hopefully the same again today, and hopefully we'll be able to get something done.
And Bobby Gould just sort of, I suppose, he's having been here as well, he knows what this club, what this place is all about as well.
Yeah, but Bobby's a real character. I still speak to Bobby quite a bit. we've been on the phone a little bit about his grandson. You know, he knew the situation with us looking for a number 2 keeper to push Trevor. Matthew was wanting to get back home. He wanted to give it a shot in the English Football League. So it just tied in right, and we'll see what happens over the next couple of days. Hopefully, I want him to play in the reserve game next week, and just go from there. But that's the reason Bobby, you know, he come in bright and bubbly, and Tuesday he's looking after his grandson, but he got his kit on and went out for a run like he used to over the fields and stuff. So it's nice to see him looking so well.
Excellent. Injuries, how's the squad? Is it just Asa?
Yeah, just Asa. We've got 1 or 2 little bumps, but you know, you go in there and when you're doing okay, those bumps don't hurt quite as much. You know, I've just been in question 1 or 2 whether they'd be fit for Saturday, and they just laughed at me as if it's not even. I'm only getting in it for a bit. They like a bit of mollycoddling sometimes, and I get that. You know, we all like a little bit of love every now and again, so I have no problem with that.
And Steve fully recovered from his bone?
Steve, I think so. Yeah, he trained Tuesday. He was a lot better Tuesday. There's bits going about. You know, back home, you know, and a few people who've got the colds and sniffles, and we're the same. I've got a bit of a sore throat myself. For anyone who might be slightly interested, so you know, it's that time of year we're coming to. So, but we should be fine.
Thanks. Good luck.
Mark, the striker, is it looking like it's going to be a loan, or is it?
Yeah, it'll be a loan. Yeah, be a loan.
And then, if you can sort something out with Matthew Gould, that'll be the squad completed for the time being.
We need a second keeper, whether it's Matthew or whatever. But you know, at the minute we're having a good look at him, and we like what we see so far. You know, we'd like to see him. Obviously, going to see more, and I want to see him in a game situation. So after Wednesday, we could have our complement ready. We've been told, like Bobby knows the score, and that he's a free agent, so that, you know, we just need to sort out international clearance stuff and stuff like that, and make sure that's like a definite from his previous club. And I've just been on the phone to Paul Godfrey, just making sure that what we need to do to make, if we did want to make it happen. So yeah, we'll be then happy with what we've got. We'll have plenty of cover. We've got people on the bench who can make a difference, people pushing to get in the team, and that's what we've been trying to strive for all summer.
Yeah, his dad was a quite good goalkeeper as well, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Jonathan had a good
career. Celtic and stuff. I've been getting calls and emails and saying, you know, from them saying that Jonathan thinks he's a really good keeper, but you obviously want to see it in for yourself, and you know, he had a chance at playing at a better level over there, but really he wants to come home and he wants to have a crack at English football, and I understand that. So, you know, once we had a look at him, it suited both parties to get him in, and like I said, we'll just see what happens over the next couple of days.
Yeah, you've had options this season to change things from the bench, but is this one of your most difficult teams to pick because of the way the game went Saturday?
Yeah. Amori came on and did really well. Kobe came on and, you know, 2-0 down and changed the game. It's something we need to be thinking about, but, you know, also mindful of, you know, even though we were 2 down, and, you know, we can't just write off the work that the others were putting in. They're putting a tremendous shift. We should never have been how we were 2 down. I don't know, but the good thing is the belief that the group had that we'd get something out of the game was immense, and sometimes that's massive. You know, sometimes you can go in and you can say, we can win this, we can get something out of this. Sometimes you don't quite believe yourself. It's more in hope and trying to convince them, but they didn't need convincing Saturday. It was right, this is what we need to do better, and there wasn't a lot, but we just needed to be a little bit more clinical with our finishing. And to be fair, I think the stats said we had something like 21, 22 shots at goal, and if you do that, you got a chance of scoring 3 goals in games.
Yeah, and if you could play anything like that at home,
yeah,
how pleased would that be? Because
of course, yeah, we want to entertain the supporters, our home supporters. Of course, we do. And it's important that we have if we want to be successful, that we have a good home record. But we just, you know, at the minute we're just trying to take wins and performances and marry it all together, whether it be at home and away. You know, ideally we'd like it every Saturday, but ideally you'd like it at home for your supporters, so we can get more people in, more people down at One Road, getting behind the team. That's what we're trying to do, entertain people. We're trying to be a solid hard-working unit that people come and watch and enjoy watching, and hopefully we can continue to do so.
Cheers, Mark. Thanks a lot.
All right.